company of AU Athletics. Eagles be Road Warriors about the next month. Next home match will be on Sunday, January 28th against Virginia, 1 p.m. Eastern start time. Then on the 4th of February, it'll be Drexel and Morgan State with a Sunday meeting here at AU, 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. for those matches. All home matches can be seen right here on the Patriot League on ESPN. Thanks to DC Trails for sponsoring the upcoming home matches schedule. Local or long distance, think DC Trails for all your charter bus needs. Visit online at dctrails.com. Jacob Lucas of Navy and Liam Volk Klos of AU. Your 197 match tonight. Lucas, sophomore out of Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Volk Klos, redshirt freshman from Cranberry Township, PA. So both wrestlers from the Keystone State.
Yeah, both of them young, too. Jacob Lucas just a sophomore and Liam a redshirt freshman, same class. Should be a pretty even matchup here, as Coach really wants to see Liam Volk Klos continue to progress. Wow, right to his back. Great move from Lucas. Liam Volk Klos in a bad spot early, as he has plenty of time to readjust and able to slip right off.
But 4 back points on the board upcoming once this is all done. And there the referee awards it. So a 7-0 lead for Jacob Lucas.
Lucas from Cumberland Valley High School, very strong program in District 3, Pennsylvania. Produced numerous state champions, and also, if I'm correct in my Pennsylvania trivia, the alma mater of assistant coach Mike Evans, sitting on the bench right there in the beard. You may have seen right there in that background.
You're a font of information. It's almost like you do this for a living.
Pennsylvania's built different. Fathers and sons bonding at the state tournament, filling out brackets, learning names.
Well, like we talked about, Penn is a wrestling state. Pennsylvania, I should say. And again, you kind of referenced it, Tommy. You know, Penn State obviously a power now. For a long time, the Nittany Lions were not. So you did have so many of those smaller schools have those big-time wrestling programs.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Iowa, the Hawkeyes have taken a number of the top Pennsylvania recruits over the last few years. So Pennsylvania wrestlers the best wrestlers are not necessarily choosing to wrestle for the hometown team. It's just interesting how that works out sometimes.
7-1 lead for Lucas, and like you said, just only so many spots to go around. So a lot of schools coming in and finding some talent in the Keystone State. Eagles, of course, have tried their best to get some top-notch guys out of there. Volk Klos, 2-2 at the Citadel earlier this year. Second at the George Mason Open.
Looks like these two did wrestle at the Navy Classic. Jacob Lucas won by Tech Fall 19-3 just over a month ago. So they are familiar with each other. Volk Klos trying to change that result.
Heavyweights coming up next. Volk Klos with the escape. That's another point on the board. Eagles, a lot of time off. Their last meet before this was on December 2nd. A dominant win over a growing Davidson program. Their next action not until the 5th. A little split squad action. Duel with Michigan State. Then some folks will be at the Franklin and Marshall Open. Or a trip out to the West Coast to dual meets at Cal Poly. The Chippewa Challenge. points awarded.
Remains 1 minute.
50 seconds to go in the second period. And now some points awarded there. It's a 10-2 lead for Lucas. Volk Klos, talented wrestler, but still trying to put it all together. Redshirted last year. "15 seconds to go in period number 2.
10 seconds remains. 10.
And that'll do it for period number 2. Volk Klos will hand off his anklet. Lucas will go down, as Volk Klos will kind of gives himself a little knock in the head and figure out a way to get some points on the board.
Yeah, I was just doing some research because Lucas, 2021 state champion at 215. I didn't know it was 2021. I just saw that Liam Volk Klos, 5th place at the same weight class. So I was wondering if they had crossed paths, but doesn't look like they did, as Lucas took a prep year at the Naval Academy, as they do, so the years don't exactly line up.
Yep. Yeah, that Naval Academy prep school, Army also uses it. Kind of a way to get those guys acclimated to what the life is going to be like. So you've seen Navy and American in the Patriot League for a lot of Olympic sports, and you see that there. Maybe the Army basketball teams use their prep schools. Coming up on a minute to go, as Lucas looking for a major decision, maybe more, with a 9-point lead. Also has riding time of 140. And 3 more on the board. So now a possibility of a tech fall.
Interesting that both teams kind of have a battle at 197. American also has Karsten Rawls, who's impressed Coach Braley a lot this year, dealing with an injury, so he sat out tonight. And Navy also with a strong second option here at 197. Cale Krebs, both listed, and they both wrestled a handful of duels. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out the rest of the way and who will eventually be the starter at the conference championship.
10 seconds remains. 10.
Nice reversal attempt here for Volk Klos. Can he finish? And he's just kind of settles in for an escape. As this one will end up 16-4 in favor of Lucas.
So 4 more points on the board for Navy with the 16-4 win. And last chance for the Eagles to put some points on, and maybe the toughest